Thank you for letting me special feature read. My name is Mr. Lightwork. I'm the Divine Masculine of the channel, here to provide the Divine Masculine perspective and insights. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm gonna shuffle up, make sure the energy's through and true. Then we're gonna get started and find out what Divine is doing with this Lionsgate energy and how that's affecting your Divine Masculine's energy and as well your energy. Alright, we're gonna see what everybody's need to be working on. Well, I'm buzzing. I got a good feeling about this one. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? Those are gonna be our two cards for that. One here on top, one on the bottom. Bang. Same thing for this one. Two. Whoop, whoop. Oh. And then let's go with this one on top and then the last one from the bottom. Alright. I'm excited for this one. Let's go, go, go. So as you know, on this channel here, we are led by Divine, so we're going to pull this deck all the way to the left. Bang. Ooh. Look at what Divine is working on. Look at it. You are so blessed. Even right now, in this moment, you are so blessed. No matter how things look around you at this time, you're still blessed. Because why? You have been given a promise that you will end up in union with your Divine Masculine. You are a Divine Feminine. Here it is. The very first card to come out is the Emperor card. This is what Divine is working on throughout this time. Building and manifesting and creating and solidifying your person. Look, everything has a specific process and a specific structure and specific orders, and each step needs to be taken and passed to a certain level that is satisfactory for the next chapter to be open to them. It's almost like a video game, the way that the transformations are happening. They got to get to a stage, they got to become comfortable in that stage, conquer it, and get ready for the next level. They gain enough experience and they start to morph, level up, transform, evolve, whatever you want to break it down to. But at the end of the day, it's all in efforts for Divine's promise to come true, that you will be with your Divine Masculine. All right, this lifetime, and it needs to start to be the three truths. Something that I was sent here to deliver. Divine put me in this space, made me experience everything that I've been through, put me with the Divine Feminine that I'm with now, to bring this information, for us to start this ministry, to bring this information to you. The Divine Three Truths are: you're a Divine Feminine, you have a Divine Masculine, and y'all gonna be together. And so what that means is there needs to be a certain level of energy and trust and hope and faith and overall, like, high level energy that you carry yourself with, because you know that there is a purpose for you and that is going to come to you as long as you continue to go towards it in a correct effect. But look right here, your Divine Masculine is in the works. All right, don't lose focus. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's so interesting. Oh, wow. Can somebody tell me why I think that's so interesting real quick? Hold on, there it is. That's why, because this one is a 4 and this one is a 4, which means that the Divine Masculine right now is having a lot of time to sit down and contemplate who they are in this moment, how safe they play it, how much more potential they have within themselves to live up to. They've got a lot of time right now in this space, in this energy, to fix this timidness, The same reason that they are hesitating with getting into union. That's what needs to be addressed. And what I find interesting is that this is a 4, that's a 4, like I said earlier, and that there is a complete shift in energy between who the divine masculine has been and who they need to become. It's a complete 180. Still in the sitting position, still, but there's a difference here in the halo over the head of the emperor versus the pinnacle over the head of this character over here. And what this is saying is that the divine masculine is going to have to let go of the way things currently are. They're going to have to put themselves in a position to receive change, something different from what they've always been doing, what they've always been experiencing. And that's going to take a major energy eruption for them. They're going to have to dig deep in this process. But again, this right here came out to show you that the first things first, don't forget the thing that matters the most, which is that you're going to end up in union. It's not your job to figure out how long, when. It's not your job to figure out any of that. It's your job to know that you're going to be in union, and then to do your light work until then, and then figure out a way to do light work either together or still in your own space when y'all get together in union. This is what the divine masculine has to conquer first and foremost. They've got to conquer that need to hold on to the way they are right now, the way that is non-communicative, and sometimes they just lash out. It's just, there are just so many different manifestations of this energy within the given divine masculine. But overall, when you look at this card, when you look at this 4 of Pentacles, this is saying that this energy needs to be addressed for your divine masculine so that they can transform into what divine has planned for them. Okay? This is, and you know what's interesting? Why that, again, is because they got to face themselves. See? That's why it's so interesting. That's why it's a 4 and a 4. That's why it's the sitting position. That's why there are a lot of similarities between these two cards. And the reason is because they have to face themselves in order to make that next move. Let's see what we got right here. Divine feminine energy. This just says right here in the star card to continue to make future plans and continue to move as though you know these plans are coming true. Like you know that divine is working on what exactly divine promised, and you're working on what you need to do in order to make that stuff happen. This right here says stay in a good flow. Stay in a high energy space. Protect that high energy space at all costs. Sometimes situations are going to happen where in order to protect that higher level energy, you're going to have to remove yourself from situations, or situations are going to remove themselves from you, and you just got to let them go. And that way you can continue to go with the flow and get what you need and let go of what you don't need. And that's going to look different in a lot of scenarios. Sometimes it's conversation, sometimes it's location, sometimes it's people. There's a lot of different ways. But again, most important thing that you take away from this star card is divine feminine. Lean into yourself, lean into your world, lean into your gifts, lean into your talents. Lean into your light work, your servitude. Lean into why you're here, and it's bigger than just so you can knock boots with the divine masculine or that y'all can be together. There's work to be done before, during, and after. There's when y'all before y'all get together, during y'all getting together, and after y'all get together. There's gonna be work during their whole throughout the whole time, and some of it is gonna require them. A lot of it is gonna be your own work though. So you got to figure out what that is, and then tend to it so that you're in this star card energy where you're pouring into yourself, pouring into your world. That a lot of that energy from the divine feminine tends to go into the divine masculine, or figuring out what's going on with the divine masculine, where they're at, how long it's going to take for them to get there. And again, even though it'd be nice to have the answers to these questions, we have good answers in spite of having the answers that we wish we had. Excuse me. And those answers are the three truths. I'm a divine feminine, I have a divine masculine, and we're going to be together. So when I want to find myself asking how, does that nurture, does that plant good seed, or does that plant a seed of anxiety and fear and worry? See, so asking that question, you revert to your three truths. Okay, I want to know how long it's going to take. I want to know when we're going to be in. All right, so what am I trying to figure out at the end of the day when I'm asking myself that question? Is ultimately I'm scared that it's going to be too long or too late, or it's not going to happen at all. If you revert to your three truths, then you'll know that the third one says that y'all are going to be together, and then you can extinguish that flame. All right, don't let it burn you like that. Continue to pour into your world in a positive way, and maintain your energy while divine is working on the divine masculine. All right, and in this same way, while they're working on them and you're starting to work on yourself, that's the way divine is working with you. Divine is working with the divine masculine to work on themselves, and also working with you to work on yourself. All right, so that for the purpose of y'all being together. Now, let's see what we got down here. And you know what's fun? Oh, one more thing that's funny up here. 4 and 4 is 8. And we got the Lionsgate portal coming up. Isn't that wild that the first two cards we drew was 8? All right, now we got the 7 of Wands. And this is saying that you believe yourself to be a divine feminine. You believe yourself to have a divine masculine. You believe that, well, the reason you clicked on this video is because you believe that y'all are supposed to be together. And this card is saying, yes. So why do you get so frazzled when little things happen, or even medium-sized or big-sized things happen, when you know that at the end of the day you want to be with your person, and divine also says that you're going to be with your person. I'm a divine feminine, have a divine masculine, we're going to be together. You're going to be with this person. So, well, you're going to be with your true divine masculine. And so in that, you need to stand your ground and defend the fact that you know that y'all are going to be together, and that'll give you the ability to take a stronger stance on how this person treats you in the day-to-day, how lackluster their communication is, how much more of their potential they could be living up to. This is going to allow you to nip everything in the bud that you see coming that would start that cycle again, and put you back where you used to be, in that place that you had to crawl out of and build yourself back from. You don't have to go there anymore. You don't have to let this person put you there anymore. You don't have to. You can call them on their BS. You can tell them to go shove it. You can tell them to hit you back later on because you're pissed at them and you will need them to be acting right in order to get any of your time. You can tell them that kind of stuff because, again, you know that no matter what you say, you can't stop divine putting together what divine wants to put together, which is a divine feminine and a divine masculine. The question is each individual doing enough within themselves in the eyes of divine to qualify themselves as a divine masculine or a divine feminine? Well, The question then becomes, are they handling their trials? Are they handling their growth? Are they progressing along in a fashion that would define them as divine feminine or divine masculine? Or are they just doing what everybody else does and hoping for the best? So it's knowing that you're a divine feminine, knowing that you have a divine masculine, knowing that y'all are going to be together, that gives you the ability to tell this person to go and fuck themselves when they start to do the same thing that you recognize caused the problem previously, right? So the divine is working on a lot. This right here, this energy that's bubbling under the surface throughout this period has the potential to create some tremendous change. And what's needed now more than ever, what's needed right now is mental clarity on both sides of the ball, to see what's happening within you, see what's happening around you, and see what's happening from the perspective of divine, so that we can get in flow, just like the star card over here suggests for the divine feminine, that we get in flow and continue to nurture and feed and grow our immediate area, what we can control, whatever we have the ability to control. We can't call ourselves controlling another human. Then what do we look like? Then we could, like, I don't know what kind of sorcery or wizardry that would be, if you're controlling another person when we all got free will. So in lieu of being able to control the divine masculine speed, let's go ahead and just make the place that we are in the best place that it could be, so that we can feel good and prepare it for when they finally get the freaking light switch turned on in their brains. All right. Let's see. The divine masculine knows that they waste a lot of time. All right. They know that they're wasting time. They know that where the position that they're in right now is quicksand. They know that they're not who they want to be. They know they're not in the best position. They know that they want some change. They're just stubborn as hell. That's it. At the end of the day, they're just stubborn fools, and they're not going to change until it hurts enough. And a lot of times that change comes from the divine feminine taking the attention that at one time they deserved, or earned, or even just had. At one point they had it, and then when that attention from the divine feminine goes away, the divine masculine gets to this part of the process where they start to think about how they can get that back. And if they make a little change and they get this back, then they feel like that little change is good enough. But if they make a little change and this doesn't change over here, the attention doesn't come back, then they make more change. And then if the same thing happens, now if they continue to make the change, that depends on if the focus continues to be on the divine feminine and the divine feminine's immediate situation and what they can't control. This right here, it'll get to the point where it turns into this. Okay? Again, if we're right about the situation, this person is going to turn into this person. That's divine's plan. So it doesn't matter if you're paying attention to them or not paying attention to them. If they're going to be this person, they're going to do what's necessary to required to them to become that person. Now, if the attention right here is given to them, then they don't feel like they have to make this transition, because you make them feel like that. You see? So it's a individual team effort. That's the best way to describe it. All right. Individual team effort. Look right here. You got to be able to give them. They want to be able to, for you to give them their trust. They want to be able for you to trust them to a degree where they want you to trust them. They want you to trust them. They need to be able to trust themselves, which they don't, because of everything they've already been through. They just don't trust themselves. They know how skeevy they are. They know how manipulative they are. They know how fictitious they can be at times. And they're looking to change that and become this person before they know that you can trust them, and before they feel, what's that word? Confident enough that they won't do you over, screw you over for trusting them. Okay? So it's a delicate process. The divine masculine is the most simple and complicated person, while as the divine feminine sometimes is complicated and complicated. The divine masculines are simple and complicated. And that's why it's so frustrating with them, because it's simple and complicated instead of the divine feminine's world, which is complicated and complicated. And it seems like what the divine masculine is going through is super easy. It is, especially when the divine masculine gets on the other side. They realize how easy it was too. They realize how blind they were, but they also realize that at the same time they liked it. There was a level of complacency, and that they didn't really want to make that change until it hurt bad enough, like I said earlier. All right, last thing here for the divine feminine, it says Queen of Wands. Now this one, it says the exact same thing that the Star card says, and it also says the exact same thing about the attention that I was talking about between you and the divine masculine versus the divine masculine and their ability to attend to themselves and go inwards and find out where the connection and bridge is missing in their brain, so that they can start to do the things that they know they should be doing and stop doing the things they know they shouldn't be doing. Okay? So again, the suggestion for the divine feminine throughout this time is to use this energy burst to work on your ability to focus on what matters. And I'm not saying your divine masculine doesn't matter. I'm saying that somebody that's not giving off divine energy isn't as good, as high of a priority as making sure that your frequency is at a divine level and is able to stay there. All right. So this is saying overall, let divine work. Let divine work. Let divine go to work. And the way that divine works is on faith, on trust, and then on your joy, on your servitude, on your light work. Let divine work. Let divine work. Know that your three truths apply to you. I'm a divine feminine. I have a divine masculine. We're going to be together. And just stay joyful. That's your job as a divine feminine. If this reading made sense, and if you want to gain a little bit more insight, get down to the nitty gritty, this is where the course comes into play at MrLightwork.com. It tells you everything that we've discussed here in greater detail with all aspects of my coaching into one just easy to digest course with 7 modules. They're 11 each, no matter which one you choose. That's why I always suggest getting the full course, because you'll get 7 modules that cost 11 each, which would normally cost $77. You'll get for $55, which is the same price as another one of my readings or a phone call or whatever the case may be. So you can either get another reading or you can do something different that'll make the readings that you get make more sense, give you a better foundation, get everything out of the clouds, out of the chaos, and put it into black and white so you can really understand where you're at, where you're going. And it'll really start to help you understand how much more you need to do, or how much you've already done and what's left. That's what this is about. It's about empowering you and giving you the tools that's necessary to help you break through this stage and eventually get back into union, just like Divine promised. If that sounds good to you, visit MrLightwork.com. Pick up the separation course, aka Road to Reunion series. My readings are good. My separation course is great. I feel like that's why Divine put me here, to give you the 3 truths in the separation course, and I hope you take advantage of it. I put a lot of love and effort into it. I hope this reading was everything you wanted. More importantly, I hope it's everything you needed. See you next time. Love.